Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you? You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look how they campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run this.
Well, good evening. This is Jerry Williams at Talk Labor. Welcome back. We're here again, and we're still talking. Nobody shut us up yet. I'm so happy that you're back with us, too. We got a lot of stuff to talk to you about today. Yeah, we're going to start off with a person that I kind of dislike, still don't like too much, but don't have a problem dealing with her. Young lady that was in the White House, Omarosa. You know, what's going on. I know you had a belly full of it because that's all the media is talking about right now. But I got a different take on that. They are attacking her by saying she should not record. She should not be recording the president. And, you know, my God, this dirty, low-down scum has been doing everything he can to people. And you telling her she should have integrity enough not to record him. Thank God she did record that clown. You know? So let's get off of that. Instead of attacking Omarosa about the recordings, shouldn't the media be talking about the White House and their lack of security? I mean, when President Barack Obama was in office, did anybody tape or walk out of there with tapes? Did anybody go into the Situation Room with tapes and recording? Because this man is stupid. How many ways can you say it, and how many times can you say it? This man is stupid. People say that, oh, he's slick, he's smart. No, he's not. He is a jackass. That's what he is. He's getting over by being a jackass. So let's call it like it is. I mean, even Bush, George Bush, did you hear anybody go in there and tape him? The only president that they taped was Richard Nixon, and he taped himself. He was the one that ran the tapes. So this man don't know what he's doing. He has no clue. So a lot of things that this young lady is saying is, you know, are facts. I know it to be fact. So, you know, let's get off of that Omarosa thing. And you know what? If Omarosa had the ability to tape this clown, what do you think Vladimir Putin did? What do you think the Russians did to this stupid idiot? You know, nobody wants to tell the truth. Nobody wants to call him what he is. He's a damn idiot. He's trying to destroy the democracy in America. He is he's that boy's puppet. He's trying to destroy the democracy here in America. So people need to wake up. To hell with that race, and he's using race to do it. Not so much him, because he's stupid. Vladimir Putin is using race. He says, hey, if I can get them fighting each other inside, you know, we can come in and take over. Ain't gonna happen, no, Joe. We're on to you. We are on to you. One of the things I want somebody to tell me, I want you to take a look at this clip here and tell me what the hell this Negro is doing. I don't want to even give him that status, Negro. I don't even want to call him a nigger, but I will call him a nigger. Cop is doing in Baltimore. Beating this man like he did. What the hell was on his mind? Now, I guarantee you he's going to be fired, the cop. As a matter of fact, I think they've already fired him. White cops, they don't do that. You know, they send him they give him a vacation. Tell him he's on desk duty. But this Negro beating this man in Baltimore like he's some kind of damn dog or something. What was on his mind? He put on that blue-ass suit and put a gun on his hip, and all of a sudden he think he's God. So if you know the Negroes think that they're God, you know what some of the white cops are doing. And not all Negro cops are like that. Please don't get me wrong. I know some very, very fine policemen that do their job every day. But damn it, when I see the jackasses, I have to speak up. And that's what I'm seeing here. This man, it's just, take a look at this. Take a look at this film.
Police beating in Baltimore. A police officer suspended after video surfaced online showing him repeatedly punching a man on the street, showing him down as well. The interim police commissioner saying he is deeply disturbed by this video. Here's ABC's Adrian Bankert.
What you're seeing is being described as excessive use of force captured on video. Baltimore police say Deshaun McGreer was known by this officer who asked McGreer for his ID. Look closely. McGreer shouts something, then slaps away the officer's hand, and that's when the officer begins repeatedly punching McGreer in the head and body. McGreer is pushed to the ground. The officer appears to pounce on top of him.
It was something significantly personal. It had nothing to do with serving and protecting.
McGreer's lawyer claims the officer seen hitting him had previously arrested the 26-year-old for assault and resisting arrest back in June. The video painful to watch for his family.
I was angry. I was crying. I was hurt. The level of force that was used with that officer was unnecessary.
The mayor has posted on Twitter, "I have seen the very disturbing video of an encounter between a Baltimore City police officer and Baltimore City resident and have demanded answers and accountability." Police suspended the officer immediately and asked for witnesses to come forward. We reached out to the Baltimore Police Union. They did not comment.
Did you see what I was talking about on that film? You know, and my producer said that he actually resigned, but he didn't resign. They fired his ass. They let him say he resigned, but they fired him. They should be putting him in jail. Now, the city of Baltimore is going to pay a lot of money because of this clown. And these are the things they get away with, you know. And I am, for one, just sick as hell of that. You know, treating people like they're not human and stuff like that. You've been doing this since slavery time. And you got these clowns running around now thinking that they have carte blanche to do that. Well, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. And the only person that can stop that is you. You, Mr. and Mrs. America. Black, white, you can. And keep in mind, like I said, let's don't broad brush all policemen like that, because you got damn good policemen out there. You know, it just bothers me, and I know that they got to be kind of pissed about it too when stuff like that happens. That's stupid. You know, you don't have no regards for people's lives. Okay, so the angry black man comes out. Okay, it didn't want to happen, but didn't want it to happen, but it did. But let's get to Chicago police now. You know, I did my own little due diligence, my own little study, my own little history on this. My engineer helped me out on it, but I found out, and it's easy to do, how many shootings we had this year in Chicago. Been all over the news. 1,400, but I went in to check myself because I don't want to come telling you anything different. Went in and checked myself. 1,400 shootings this year in Chicago. That's a lot of shooting, right? But I'm going to ask you a question. How many people have been charged for those crimes? 1,400 shootings. How many people have been charged for those crimes? You don't know? 70. They've only charged 70 people for 1,400 shootings in Chicago. I'm saying that to say to you that the police are not doing a damn thing about these shootings. And you know what they do? They get on TV and they say, it's this neighborhood. They won't help us. That we pay you damn good money, $85,000 I think you walk in there with. You can't solve the crimes? You can, but you don't want to. I remember these cops back here some time ago saying that, hey, well, if you don't want us to do our job, then we just won't do nothing at all. They should fire everyone that said that. It's not your job to shoot a kid 16 times, 14 times while they land on the ground. It's not your damn job. It's not your job to shoot a young man that you claim had a bat in his hand and shoot a woman that opens the door for you. It's not your job. It's not your job to shoot a young lady in the head and kill her because they were playing loud music and walk away free. It's not your job. Your job is to solve those crimes. And if you can't do it, you need to get out. Now, here's the problem I got. It's the people at the top. And what I mean about the people at the top, I'm talking about the mayor, the alderman, the commander. All those people are the reasons why this happens. I am sick of them saying, well, we gotta look out for our police department. Listen, folks, if the police are doing their job, I'm just 100% with them, because it's a dangerous job and a tough job. It really is. But when you see a person murder somebody and you lie to help cover it up, you're just as bad as they are. People act like they're afraid to say it. I'm not. When you do that kind of garbage, you're just as bad as they are, or even worse. So, any cop that says the blue code of honor, there's no such thing as blue code of honor. You got 1,400 shootings, and you only charged 70 people. And you say it's the neighborhood fault. Okay, we're gonna move on from that because we don't want to see the angry black man come out again. But I want to know if they saying to me, why, it's the neighborhood's fault. Why are we paying you? Why are we paying you? 1,400 shootings, you charge 70 people. Damn, the criminals know that you're sorry. And somehow you make me think you're afraid of the criminals. Gotta stop. It's gotta stop. If I sound angry, I am, and I know the families are angry of people that are being murdered out here. You could do better. You got a F minus. You got an F minus on your report card, Johnson. Talking about the commander now, because I was 100% in your corner, and everybody told me I was crazy. I found out they're right. But anyway, what I did? I met a gentleman this week, and always kind of admired him from afar. I liked him, very good person. But I found out how intelligent he was at a meeting. It was a one-on-one meeting with him. You got to do this. I'm talking about people in Chicago. You got an election coming up for mayor. And I'm going to say this to you. Don't just take for granted that you got to vote for people because people say you got to vote for that person. Listen to me. Get out, talk to the candidates. Talk to these people and see who come closest to what you think Chicago should look like. Now, I talk to people. I don't bite my tongue about Democrat, Republican, or anybody. But I did sit down and talk to this gentleman, Mr. Willie Wilson, Dr. Willie Wilson. And I found out I always thought he was intelligent, but he's really more intelligent than I even thought he was. He's a very smart person. I'm saying to you, don't take my word for it. Get out there and talk to the man. Get out there and do your due diligence on him. Do your history on him. I've looked at the candidates that's running for office in Chicago, and I'm saying, if you want things to continue to be as it is right now, then, keep doing what you're doing. But if you want it to change, if you want to stop crying and whining and carrying on about how you're sad about your kids getting shot and they're murdered, and little Hadia Penderson, her grandmother and I went to school together. And my granddaughter's the same age as she. And it bothers me when I see stuff like that. But if you want to do something about it, It starts from the top. Fish rots from the head down. You got an election coming up. Don't think that Emmanuel can't be beat. And don't think that I got to vote for this person because somebody told me to. No, get out and talk to the people. Talk to the people that's running. This gentleman here, Mr. Wilson, I talked to him. I'm very impressed with him. And you know me, I don't hand you any bull crap. There are other politicians I'm very impressed with. I'm very impressed with J.B. Pritzker. I'm very impressed with Juliana Stratton. There's another young lady that could be a very good candidate, but she's making a big mistake jumping on the bandwagon with Bruce Rauner. I know she's a Republican, and I happen to know her personally, but she's jumping on the bandwagon trying to attack Mike Madigan. Mike Madigan is not running for office. But get out there, talk to these people, y'all. This is your opportunity. This is when you do it. Don't think you can't do it. Don't think you can't do it. I've learned in life that you can do anything. The things I've accomplished in life, people wouldn't believe it. From a little kid that was out there on the street in Chicago, running around in the streets of Chicago, to where I'm at now. It's because I know that anything that you want, you can reach out and get it. You got the opportunity coming up in these elections. Change them. You want this mess to change? Change it. Even the clown in the White House, you can change it. Get out there and vote for them congressmen. Get out there and vote for your mayors, your governors, and your people. Do the right thing. If you sit on your butt, well, guess what? They're gonna do it to you again. Look, I'm gonna take a break, and we're gonna come right back, and I got some good juicy stuff for you. So, yo, come on back.
T.L. Williams Vaden.
It's just me and you at the party. We like to party. Oh, I like the way that you pushing up on me. You really want me? You gotta show me. Your body's calling me. It's checking for me. It's checking for me. I love it. I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. I be like, ooh. I be like, ooh. I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. When you whine on it, whine on it. Love it when you take your time on it, time on it. off, it ain't gon' hurt nobody. Act like it's just me and you at the party. We like to party. I like the way that you pushing up on me. You really want me, you gotta show me. Your body's calling me, it's checking for me, it's checking for me. Yeah, yeah. I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. I be like, ooh, I be like, oh yeah. I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. I be like, ooh, I be like, I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. I be like, oh, I be like, I love it when you dance on me. I love it when you dance on me. I be like, I be like,
Hey, you know what? We're back, and I was talking to you about some of the things that you can do to change the way we approach problems. We got a lot of problems, like say for instance, even in out where I live, where people have packed up, like, you know, some of your big stores and moved to areas where we have to take our tax dollars over there now, and our tax dollars now fund all the schools over there, but the schools over here is not getting the equivalent, see, of taxes, because we have to take our taxes over there, because all your stores move from where we are to over there, like in Orland Park, Tinley Park, and stuff like that. It is incumbent upon us to make sure that they come back, meaning that you just don't go and patronize. I was working with some people on some things here in the suburb, and went to a few banks, and a couple of bank people told me, said, you know what, our people are concerned about the big bells and whistles, you know, and you know, that's where we funnel our money to. We don't put it back into the neighborhood. This is a bank president, vice president telling me this. So I said to him, I said, you mean to tell me you got the village's money in your bank, several banks like that, but you say that you don't invest back into the neighborhood, but you take the money out because you support the bears, you support all the big bells and stuff like that. Then what we need to be doing is taking our money out of your bank and putting it into a neighborhood bank that do support the neighborhood. Well, I mean, you know, we try. No, you don't. And you know what I found out is true? It's true about all of them. I'm talking about Chase, I'm talking about Bank of America, I'm talking about Fifth Third, I'm talking about all banks like that. So what we're doing, when I say we, in these areas, and we're talking to some of the mayors, some of the people of importance, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a big meeting, and we're going to sit down and talk about pulling the money out of those banks. Your villages should not be patronizing banks like that. It should be with the neighborhood banks, because the neighborhood banks do support the neighborhood. And that's how you have to think. Don't be afraid to do it. Oh my God, the world's going to come to an end if we do that. No, there's a new beginning if you do that. So that's what we're doing. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. They said, Jerry, they're going to run you out of town. It won't be the first time somebody ran me out of town. I came back though. But I want to go to one of the things I was saying that about the kids. The kids need education. Folks, that's the only way we're going to save our babies. They need education. We have been working with Infinite Scholar for 7 years, and we've been doing a tremendous job. We gave out $12 million in scholarship offers last year. We expect to top that this year. We're going to be at Chicago State University September 20th from 10 to 2 and from 3 to 7. Gather your kids up, get your church, schools, everybody you know, have them come down there, because we're going to have from 60 to 70 colleges come in Some of the kids get scholarships right on the spot. Okay? Some of them get scholarships right on the spot. So come down at Chicago State University. That's on 95th Street, as you all know, King Drive. And on September 20th, 10 to 2, and from 3 to 7. If you're looking for scholarship to help get you into college so that you can get the education you need, come down there. And I'm talking about top colleges, all good, just good colleges. We got, I think we got 74% of the historical black colleges that participate with us. I'm not saying that 74% is going to be there, but it'll be a big number there on September 20th. But there are other colleges. There's Alabama. There's just Purdue. There's a lot of colleges that come down. Come down there, and then solicit for your scholarship. Go into infinitescholar.org and fill out the applications. Okay. And if you got any questions, email me at talklabor@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can answer any questions that you have about that. All right? But get out there, get the opportunity, get those scholarships, and get your kid educated. Okay? Get them educated. One of the things that we do, parents, that's really almost criminal. We'll go and tell our kids want to say, I want to go to Harvard. And if you got the equipment to go to Harvard, that's great. But you can find a school that's going to get you the degree that you want so that your life will be much, much better going forward. And it's not going to cost you a lot. I've seen mom and dads send their kids out to some of these schools that charge an arm and a leg, and they get in there 2 years and they can't go any further. It's a wasted 2 years, a big waste of money. They're going to be paying the money that they borrowed back forever. When you can come down, talk to some of these colleges here. A lot of them are going to give you the opportunity to get full scholarships. We've had that tremendous amount. And so come down September 20th, Chicago State, 10 to 2, and from 3 to 7. Okay, and we're going to be looking for you down there. Now, one other thing you want to do, in September the 8th, Richland Park is having a festival that's going to be, it's going to be just off the hinges. Got some of the top talent in the area that's going to be down there. You got all kinds of vendors. You got all kinds of things that's going on at the Richland Park Fall Festival. We used to have it out here, and man, I love that people are starting to now go back and do the things that they were doing who were very successful. You had the great festivals out here, they closed that down. You had the great stores out here, they moved them out. So these people are getting back together to do the things that they need to do, and that is, it's going to affect all the townships around here, Matson, Chicago Heights, Country Club Hills, all of them, South Holland, all of them will be there. It's going to be a lot of people there. You're going to have great entertainment. Headliner will be T.L. Williams and the Storm Chaser Orchestra. You're going to have Jose Cornier, one of the greatest Latin guitarists in the country. You're going to have Tony Famous. You're going to have T-Star. You're going to have Tamiko Dixon. Tamiko is a blues person. She sings her butt off. Her grandfather was Willie Dixon. And Willie Dixon wrote just about every blues song that you ever heard. He wrote Wang Dang Doodle for Coco Taylor. And just right off the top of my head. Those people are going to be there at the festival on September the 8th. And I think it starts at 12 noon. And it goes until about 7, 8 o'clock. So, you want to be there, You want to make sure that you have fun. I mean, they're going to have all kinds of things going to be going on at that fair. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Home Depot going to be coming, doing some demonstrations for kids, and the kids will get to take all the stuff home that they make, and, you know, just things like that. All kind of great stuff. It's going to be happening at that fair. So make sure you're there. Okay? You know what? I want to do this. I'm going to take one more break, and then I want to come back and tell you something that you probably don't know because nobody talks about it, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something I say that you probably don't talk about, and unless you're a golfer, you might talk about it. Tiger Woods. Look at what this man is doing. He is back. He is back. And being back is just not enough to say about it. If you saw the PGA this weekend, this man came back. They've been talking about this. Oh, you know, he's hurt. He'll never come back. He almost walked that old big boy down that won it. What was his name? Koepka. And it was so funny because he came from a long ways back. Now everybody said, oh, he's back. And Tiger, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But one of the things that I did, I looked up, as a matter of fact, my producer did, looked it up and found that Tiger Woods, since he come back this year, the ratings on the golf channels are up 69%. Do you know how much that means to them? You know how much money that is? This man is a walking bank. 69%. The ratings went up since Tiger Woods came back. Unbelievable. But you know, it would have stayed up there if they hadn't have attacked him like they did. You know, when him and his wife had some difficulties, like so many other couples do. But they made him come in and apologize, and I said, don't do it, Tiger, don't apologize. He got ready to apologize because his daddy had passed away. I do believe if Tiger's daddy was alive, he never would have apologized for anything. He shouldn't have. You know? Yeah, he was wrong. But that was between him and his wife. Nobody else. What the hell are you apologizing for? You know, it was just... But then they took away his character, but he's getting it back. And even they were talking about, yo, he's getting that little nastiness back. Yes, he is. And that's the only way you win. If you ever played golf, you know you have to focus. You can't be playing around with that garbage. But Tiger Woods, his performance, you know, this year has caused the ratings to go up 69%. Now, to show you the difference between what they do for Tiger, they did this to Serena. Look it up, and you see I'm not whining, I'm not crying, but I'm just telling you the facts. They tested Serena more than they did any other tennis player. And that's the honest to God truth. They tested her more than any other, found zero would test her more than any other tennis player. I said that to say this because I was talking about with Tiger Woods. Here's a guy, he's the #1 ranked golfer in the world. I'm talking about Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson. But Dustin was suspended for cocaine, taking cocaine. Do anybody know that? And smoking weed. Does anybody know that? Go and look it up. I'm going to show you this clip, and you can see it for yourself. But go and look it up yourself. He was suspended by the PGA for using cocaine. Nobody even talks about it. But with Tiger, him and his wife get into a thing, and oh my God, it was just, and he, when he had that little crash, taking prescribed medicine, they tried to, they wanted to make, they was hoping that he had some illegal drugs in his system, which he didn't. But I'm saying, this is, wake up to those facts and watch how one-sided things are. But watch this clip on Dustin Johnson. You see what I'm talking about.
Get outraged when so many media outlets report and just accept without question that Dustin Johnson, as his manager and his trainer said, slipped on the stairs and fell down the stairs and hurt his back. We've seen a long list of athletes suffer off-field injuries and say it was an accident, and then we later learn that no, it wasn't an accident. In this case, I'm going to remind everyone that once upon a time, Dustin Johnson missed the Memorial Tournament, Jack Nicklaus's tournament, and his manager said that he hurt his back while riding a jet ski. And the truth was, he had been suspended for using cocaine. This according to golf.com. Michael Bamberger, a highly respected reporter, had it that Dustin Johnson had failed 3 PGA drug tests, 1 for marijuana and 2 for cocaine, and had been suspended for 6 months. The reason this angers me, he deserves no pass here. We should all have a healthy dose of skepticism.
I'm not willing to give Dustin Johnson the benefit of the doubt. Now, hopefully, well, I wish it hadn't happened, but hopefully it is on the up and up. It's reported that he was wearing socks, slipped on 3 flights of stairs, not the whole all the way down.
Hardwood
floors,
rental house, Augusta.
Yeah, and he, kind of landed on his back.
Yeah.
I can't take what you say and what your manager say at face value, because once you lie to me, I have to call into question everything that you say after that.
Thank you.
Then it needs to be proven that you are on the up and up,
and
then after a period of time, I might be willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. But at this current time, I can't.
Just walked off the first tee and has withdrawn from the Masters. I think he's the most compelling golfer on the tour right now. He and Phil Mickelson are the guys that would really get me home on a Sunday and turn the TV on. And he has had issues and some baggage and some meltdowns, and that's precisely why I like him. He fell down the stairs at a rental house. I'm not even going to ask why and what happened. With Dustin Johnson, it's just part of the tapestry of his life. He's got all sorts of stuff working, and I find him fascinating. And for the last, 10 years since Tiger, 8 years since Tiger sort of dropped off, people keep telling me that watch this guy and that guy and this guy, and I'm sorry, they're just all golfers. The guys that really move me in golf are different. John Daly for an hour was different. Tiger Woods was different. He threw clubs, he got mad, he swore. Dustin Johnson is compelling. And he's compelling because he doesn't look and play like your average golfer. He looks like an athlete.
Okay, so we're back. You see what I mean about that, right? With Dustin Johnson. And don't get me wrong. I like Dustin Johnson. I do, as a golfer. Not his fault. But, it's just a one-sidedness with the coverage in the media and stuff like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get ready and let you watch this last clip. I think you're going to be very, very entertained. So I want you to watch this last clip. And I'm going to say to you again, get out there, folks. Please, get out there and vote. I don't want to hear no more whining. If you don't get off your ass and vote, don't talk to me. Get out there and vote. Don't be afraid to vote for the people that you think has your best interests at heart. Okay? Please, get out there and talk to Willie Wilson. Don't let the media dictate to you who Mr. Wilson is. Don't let him do that. You get out and talk to him yourself so you can find out. Man, I wish I could get him. I can get him to come to a big gathering so folks can just hear him talk. This man know what time it is. I'm like, man, I like you. I really do. I didn't know before, but I like you. I do really like him. He has his finger on the pulse about things. He's a very intelligent person. Don't let nobody come to you with no garbage. Okay? So, get out there and do what you got to do. But in the meantime, talk labor. If you feel like talking about it, come and see me. If you feel like talking about it, you can't see me, talk to your friend. Talk to your family. As a matter of fact, talk to people that disagree with you. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much you will get along. Okay? This is Jerry Williams. I'm going to see you next week at Talk Labor. Y'all stay up.